Okay, can anyone hear me? Okay. I am going to go through several charts and explain what I am seeing for Bitcoin and the overall market. I'll probably wait a few minutes until some more people join the stream. I'm waiting for a few minutes until other people join, and then I'm going to give some thoughts. I'm not taking chart requests. I'm just going to basically be explaining what I am seeing in regards to the crypto market. Okay, so what am I looking at for crypto? Okay, so obviously right now this is a violent dump that everybody is freaking out about. If you look at the high time frame perspective, we're still doing totally fine. This is still bullish, but it's totally expected to see something like this have some pullback. That's normal. It's healthy. Things are still okay. Is this the bottom though for right now? This 17.7k, or I'm sorry, 17.2k number. I personally do not think so. And the reason is that if you look at how bottoms are formed in the recent price action, you can see that price revisits these levels on low time frame charts. So you'll see this big violent impulse move down, and this is the COVID special. And then you'll see, and I'll just do it like this. So you'll see big move down, and you're always going to see price grind up like this. And you'll almost always also see price revisit those lower levels at least once. Sometimes it'll form a lower high. Sometimes these lows will get swept. And you'll see it go lower and then you go up. Or sometimes it'll make a lower high, as I said. But do I think that this 17.2k level is the short-term bottom? I personally don't. I think that this area is probably going to either get swept, and I have bids lower, or it's possible that we see a higher low formed. But the bottom line is I expect to see a lot of volatility, like tons of volatility. And you'll see that too. So here is September 3rd. This is annoying. Okay, so September 3rd, here's like another recent impulse move down, guys. You'll see a huge move down. You'll see price found the bottom here and did the slow grinding motion that we just saw on Bitcoin. And then it comes back down and it swept this low here. So there's one possibility that we could see in this current scenario. That's why you can actually make quite a bit of money in these high volatility times. When you first see this low put in and then you see price grinding up, that's usually a very profitable long as a scalp. The only problem is that finding targets can sometimes be difficult, and then you can generally expect price to come back down. And let's go to the next big move. This was May 10th. Okay, so here's May 10th. Okay, once again. And so for those who just joined the stream, I'm basically talking about market bottoms and how they're formed, short-term bottoms. I am dubious that the 17.2K area is the bottom, because you can basically always see that price always forms this low, and it's always a knife catch. It's hard to, you can go back to high time frame chart levels to find out what where support's going to be. You always see this happen where you see price grind back up, usually going to be making some sort of lower high, and then you'll almost always see price get close to this low. And we just saw back there in September that this low got swept, but here we see a higher low put in. And another example of the dump was this COVID special in March. Once again, you see this big impulse move down, and you aren't really sure if this is the bottom or not. I mean, it makes sense that this would be the bottom because price went from 10K to 5.7. That's a significant drop, and then price pushed lower to find support here. And again, you could tell this is a short-term bottom because price grinded back up, hit the lower high, and then it formed a higher low right here. So that is the reason why I am actually not positive if this current low is the bottom, because as we said, price hit this first low here, it did the grind motion, and now it looks maybe this is the higher low formed right here, and maybe that's just it. It's possible that price is going to just sit around like this for a bit before deciding where it wants to go. The bottom line is that this entire area is going to have just a ton of volatility, in my opinion, within the next few hours. I'm expecting to see some big spikes in both directions. Personally, I am bidding like the 16.8 level and hoping these areas get swept. And the reason why I did 16.8 was I thought that this was a support area. And I think that this is like the next area of liquidity. And after that, in my opinion, it would be like 16.1K is probably going to have some buyers right there. So again, just to summarize for everyone that just came, I reviewed several other dumps in September and May. Generally, price likes to make this big impulse move down. It finds the bottom, it grinds back up, and that grind up price action is a very profitable long scalp. If you are on the computer at that point, you can buy there with a lot of confidence and expect to have it make a lower high at a minimum. And then you see price either make a higher low, or sometimes you see price sweep the lows and then go up. Again, I'm not exactly sure what this is going to have in store. I would not be surprised to see these lows swept, and I'm bidding 16.8. But again, it's also quite possible that price is just making the higher low here, and then that's just it. So again, high time frame view, price is still extremely bullish to me. Oh, this is another reason why I did 16.3K, was it's a weekly level and it's the 0.786 fib. So there's a lot of support there, in my opinion. And another thing to understand too is that if this is the short-term top, then price is almost certainly going to go to lower levels. And that's still okay. It's still not bearish by any means. This is still a very bullish move, in my opinion. Like, we had several weeks of green. This is still like a super bullish move. I personally thought that price was going to take out 20K before going lower, or like blast off even higher to 25K or something like that. But, who knows? Maybe this is it. So generally, if this is the blow off top, or if this is the top, then why are we not seeing altcoins have super good gains? The reason is that the way in which this dump happened is dramatic and scary. I have this Bitcoin dominance chart here. And this is a chart I was showing my friends too. If you guys are not familiar with the Bitcoin dominance chart, this chart basically is the total market share of Bitcoin relative to the entire crypto market. The higher the Bitcoin dominance chart is, the worse it is for altcoins. So if you're an altcoin trader, you want to see Bitcoin dominance go down, because that means that altcoins are taking a larger percentage of the market share. And this right here is an important chart because I wanted to highlight certain times of the year when altcoins do well, and they do really well in December. So here was 2017. This was the big alt season the biggest one that we ever had. This was the following December, 2018. Again, you see Bitcoin dominance fall, which means it's very bullish for altcoins. Once again, this is January. This is the end of December. So it's pretty clear to me that altcoins start popping off in December, mid-December, generally early to mid-December. But it's very important to know too that there are periods where Bitcoin dominance goes up, and that's right before we see it start going down. And that's the period that right now where I'm actually wondering if we're seeing Bitcoin dominance go higher. So right here, this is 2018. All throughout November, Bitcoin dominance was going up, meaning that altcoins were very bearish. Again, from mid-November all the way to mid-December, to the end of December, Bitcoin dominance was going up, meaning that, again, altcoins are bearish. And that obviously happened again, in the huge run to 20K in 2017, of course. So that's kind of what I was wondering right now. I was showing this chart to some friends, is if we'll see Bitcoin dominance go up for here, up to like this swing high, 67% level. And I think it shows up maybe a little clearer on. And this is a different chart than the one on TradingView. But if you wanted to check the Bitcoin dominance chart, I think it's BTCD. It's under the indexes area on TradingView. But I would be very careful if you were an altcoin trader, because it's entirely possible that Bitcoin dominance goes a little higher right here. And how would dominance go higher? Dominance would go higher if Bitcoin itself goes to like $25,000, but it would also probably happen if Bitcoin went to like $15,000. And again, that's totally possible. It's not saying that Bitcoin going to 15K is necessarily bearish by any means. that's totally fine. Like, even if Bitcoin were to go to like 13K, it's still a higher low. I personally thought that when this run is going to cool down, I think that Bitcoin's going to consolidate, and alts are actually going to do really well. I'm hoping during this period from basically January to April, where Bitcoin is consolidating, and then I think Bitcoin goes to the fucking moon in 2021 later on, like in the summer. And at that point, Bitcoin dominance would just skyrocket up. But until that time, I think that Bitcoin dominance is going to go up in the short term. It wouldn't surprise me. And then it's going to start heading down once we see Bitcoin cool off. And yeah. So overall market thoughts is that Bitcoin is still in a high time frame bullish market structure. I'm not sure if this is going to be the bottom as shown in the other charts, the 17.2K area. It possibly could be, it might not be. It's hard to say in terms of the short term, the very short term. And if this was the short term top, then we're going to see more downside coming, which is going to hurt altcoins. If this was the bottom right here, and that was the dip to buy, and price is just going to go higher, then altcoins are likely going to be okay in the short term for alt USD values. Alt BTC values are probably going to go lower, though. My personal strategy for swing trading some altcoins is that I'm just basically scaling in, and I am going to just make a few buys here and there, 10% of an order, 20% of an order, and just basically scale into some altcoins that I like, and I've had many of those before as well, many of those lists. So again, I'm not sure if this was the bottom, the 17.2K area, but we will see. Anyways, let's go to Ethereum. I still am of the opinion that Ethereum is going to hit $800 within the next few months. I just don't know when it's going to happen. And he's talking about in the chat. Okay, so for Ethereum, I think that Ethereum is very bullish in December. Generally, you see right here. Oopsies. I've shared this before many times, but Ethereum basically likes to be very strong in December, or starting in December. It doesn't necessarily mean that it fully ends in December, but basically Ethereum USD will go at least, like, I think this is not with the magnet, but I'm very confident that Ethereum will go to $800 within the next few months. The last 3 years, ETHUSD has started off big runs starting in December, and you can check this chart yourself. But basically, I think that ETHUSD is going to hit $800. It's not even that far away from where it currently is. Starting in December, you can see these big runs. Even in the bottom, in December 10th of 2018, it still won 100% from, Jesus, $65. What a fucking buy. $80. I can't read that. $80. Unreal. Crazy. If only, right? If only we'd bought more. So I'm very confident that ETHUSD is going to hit at least $800 in the next few months. It's something that I feel confident about. And the last 3 years have been very bullish for ETHUSD. And with the Bitcoin dominance chart, that's also showing that big runs usually start in mid-December, where Bitcoin dominance falls down and altcoin values go up. So ETHUSD, this could certainly pull back. The area of support that seems logical to me would be like 430. I know it's kind of a big drop, and there's also support as well at $500 or 480. It's the swing high. So like 480 and 470. Those are kind of my areas of support for Ethereum. But if this was the top in the short term, then I wouldn't be surprised to see this go down to 420 and then go big. But again, I still feel really good about Ethereum, and I am intending to buy dips myself. XRP, I long thought that 50 cents was a buying opportunity area. It went down to 52, and I still think this looks good. I am a buyer anywhere from like basically 50 to 40. I still think that this is like a decent area to buy. If you look on the weekly at Bitstamp, I mean, this still was arguably accumulation here. Tons of buying, price didn't move. That's usually a good sign of accumulation. And then we're seeing this big run here. And this big run already feels different than the last big run in September 2018 or these other runs in the September, both based on the energy of this burst. It just looks really strong. And you know, these other moves are just kind of like pump and dumps. And that's, you know, that is what XRP has done over the years, of course. But we'll see if this has any follow-up. This could be it. Maybe this is it. But I'm still pretty bullish on XRP in the coming months. And I think that the thing with XRP, though, is it has big runs and then big dumps. So we'll see how long this can actually be sustained for in general. Link, it looks like already my area of support at $13 just got tapped, and I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to $10 if Bitcoin does something crazy. So that's kind of an area of support. But anyways, my overall strategy, as I said before, is to basically go ahead and scale into alts that I like. The altcoins that I do like are Link, ETH, DOT, Band, YFI, Aave, SNX, and a few others. But anyways, it's that's kind of what I'm thinking right now on the market. I'm still high time frame bullish on Bitcoin. Nothing has changed for me. I'm looking to buy dips. I think that Ethereum is going to be very bullish in December. And I think that XRP and Link are also going to be bullish in December, according to the Bitcoin dominance charts. So thanks, guys, for joining. And please like and subscribe if you guys liked this video. Good luck and stay safe. Remember your stop losses as well.